Dear students, welcome you all to the session 1 video of Financial Management 5th semester BCom. Finance is the lifeblood of business because all our economic activities are carried out through the use of money. For carrying on business, we require resources which are pooled in terms of money. Money is used for obtaining physical and material resources for carrying out business operations. For example, purchase of machinery or purchase of raw materials, payment of wages or salary, payment of other expenses like electricity charges or rent. Anything for that matter, we require money. So, financial management is considered as an organic function of business. So, what is financial management? There are two terms involved here. One is finance, the other one is management. So, what is financial management? Financial management is defined as an application of general management principles to the area of financial decision making. So, it is a managerial activity which is concerned with the planning and controlling of firms' financial resources. So it comprises of forecasting, planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, and controlling of all activities related to acquisition and application of the financial resources of an undertaking in keeping with its financial objectives. Means now all the principles of management like forecasting, planning, organizing, directing, coordinating, and controlling are used in order to acquire the funds and use the funds, the financial resources in an organization, keeping with the financial objective. Financial management is concerned with the managerial decisions that result in the acquisition and financing of short term and long term credits for the firm. Before we start with the subject of financial management, let us understand various basic concepts. The first one is regarding assets. Assets are things of value owned by a business firm. There are different kinds of assets. They are fixed assets and current assets. Fixed assets are the assets which are held in the firm for a longer period of time and which yield returns over a period of time. Current assets or short-term assets are those assets which can be converted into cash within an accounting year without much loss and without interrupting the operations of the business. Another category of assets are tangible and intangible assets. Tangible assets are the physical assets like buildings, machinery, etc. Intangible assets are the technical know-how, patents, copyrights, goodwill, etc., which do not have a physical existence. We also have fictitious assets. The name itself tells us that these are not real assets. These are actually deferred expenses or losses that are shown in the asset side of the balance sheet. These are expenses which are not fully written off. For example, preliminary expenses of the company. Then we have financial assets. Financial assets are the financial papers or instruments such as shares, bonds, debentures in which a firm has invested their funds. Now coming to the funds, there are two types of funds that a firm can raise, that is shares and borrowed funds. Shares represent the ownership rights of their holders. The buyers of shares are called shareholders and they are the legal owners of the firm. Shareholders invest their money in the shares of the company in the expectation of a return on their capital. The return consists of dividend as well as capital gains. Shareholders can be of two types. They are ordinary shares and preference shares. Preference shareholders receive dividend at a fixed rate and they have priority over ordinary or equity shareholders. The ordinary or equity shareholders, they receive the dividend after meeting the obligation of others and therefore they are called as the owners of residue. A company can also obtain these equity funds by retaining the earnings available for shareholders. These retained earnings are called as internal equity. These are actually the undistributed profits of the company. Another source is the borrowed funds, that is, obtaining funds from creditors or lenders. Lenders make money available to the firm as a loan or debt. Usually, these loans are given for a specified period at a fixed rate of interest. For the lenders, the return on loan comes in the form of interest paid by the firm. Now, let us look into the relationship of finance with the other management functions. Financial management and the various other areas of management are inseparable. All the business activities involve acquisition as well as use of funds. Now, for example, production department. If production department wants to buy a machinery, they have to consult the finance manager. Suppose marketing department wants to come out with new advertising or a sales promotion methods. Here also money is involved. Human resources department has to consult the finance department for the recruitment or the promotion or retirement and so on. Research and development department also uses the funds for all the activities. So the finance function of raising and using money has a significant effect on all the other functions. Therefore, finance is considered as the most important function of management. Thank you.